Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Exam advice: true, false, not given. The first one: find words and phrases in the passage which are the same as or similar to words and phrases in the statements. That's what you have to do. All right. So that's the first step. And then the statement, that is all of the answers. You will have some answers there, and they say whether you need to choose whether they are true, false, or not given. Okay, they are the statements. You don't see it here right now because this is just a sample. We don't have some statements or some questions there for you to see, but later on you will see that. Yeah. So statement here, actually they are the questions, and you have to choose whether they are true, false, or not given. Got it? Yeah. All right. Next one. Choose true if the question says the same as the passage. Okay. If whatever is mentioning in the passage is the same or similar to what is mentioning in the statements, that means that one is true. Got it? Opposite or false, choose false if the question says something which is the opposite of information in the passage. For example, if we say, oh, that chair is white, and in the statement they say the chair is black. So that means it's totally opposite. So we have to say, oh, that is false. Got it? If they say the chair is white, and in the statement they say the chair is white as well, so that means that is true. That's correct. Now, let's move on to not given. Choose not given if you cannot find anything in the passage about the information in the question. That means that, well, when you read this one, it doesn't mean that you cannot find anything about what is mentioning. No, don't misunderstand, okay? They still talk or they still say something about that one, but they say they talk about that one in different situations, or they are discussing about some different things. For example, in the passage they say the table is white, okay? But in the statement they say the table is beautiful, okay? So in the passage they say the table is white, but in the statement they say the table is beautiful. Beautiful and white, it doesn't match. You understand? But they still discuss about the table, but it doesn't match. So that means it's not given. Got it? Or for example, we say that Bảo is wearing a blue t-shirt today. That is in the passage. You see, oh, Bảo is wearing a blue t-shirt today. But in the statement they say Bảo is studying very hard. Okay? Is that true, false, or not given? Not given. Not given. So that means it is also mentioning about Bảo in the statement, but it doesn't say anything about what Bảo is wearing today. It just said that, okay, Bảo is studying very hard today. So it's not given. Got it, guys? Yeah? Okay. But if in the statement they say, oh, Bảo is wearing a blue t-shirt, or Bảo is wearing something blue today, or something like that, okay, then it can be true. But if it say that Bảo is wearing a yellow t-shirt today, so it's false. Okay? Yeah? But if it's mentioning like Bảo is studying very hard, so it's not given. Got it, guys? Yeah. Okay. Now you understand that. Now let's move on to exercise 6. Duy Tân, read that. Preserve. Yes. Okay. Work in small groups. So now we just work in pairs. It's much better. Yeah. Now you need to answer these 2 questions. Number 1, what traditional skills and knowledge do people in your family have? And number 2, do you think it's important to preserve traditional skills and knowledge? Why not? Okay. Can you tell me some examples of some traditional skills? Yeah, cooking. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, what else? Sports. Yeah, maybe some kind of traditional sports. Yeah. What else? What? Driving? No, when we talk about traditional skills, we want you to know like some skill which were used in the past or which could be used in the past and it can be still using now, okay? It can be used now as well, yeah? So it's not about like something is too normal or too common like driving or doing something. It's not traditional. When we talk about traditional skills, we are talking about something a little bit old, you know, or quite old. Got it? Yeah. Because traditional, it means it should be old, right? Yeah? Soccer is not like traditional skills. It's not old, no. Okay guys, now let's discuss. Maybe do you know weaving and textile making? Do you know that?
What is
Weaving, like if you want to have clothes, before we have the fabric or some material to make clothes, we need to do weaving. You know weaving? Yeah. We try to stick many different kind of lines of fabric, or we try to stick them together. Okay, got it? Yeah, we are trying to make some material to make clothes, things like that. Dạ các bạn. Yeah. Or maybe like something like woodworking and carving. Do you know carving?
No.
Điêu khắc hay là chạm trổ gì đó bạn. Yeah, something like that. You don't know. So try to discuss with your friends, then you know. Okay? What? Carving, like you have this one, wood, and then you try to carve something there. Okay, give me a sec. Discuss, guys. Các bạn có thể tra Google tìm một số traditional skill các bạn discuss với nhau. Discuss. You don't know. Weaving. Try to say, talk about weaving.
I don't know weaving.
You don't know?
What
Because we are talking about traditional skills, very old, of course.
Like we take something to weed the leaves.
Cái đàn.
What?
How about pottery? How about pottery and ceramics?
I know.
Maybe woodworking. That means you work with wood. You have wood, and then you try to design something. You turn a piece of wood to something else. Maybe you turn that to a table, a chair, or something. Yeah, is that okay? No? What? Embroidery. Is that okay? Thêu. Embroidery, thêu hay là gì đó các bạn? Yeah. Try to say something about that, guys. Maybe like traditional medicine or herbal knowledge. Traditional medicine, like in some family, they know how to take some leaves and make medicine from that. Okay.
Why so look disgusting?
No, it's not disgusting. It's good.
Do they, after drinking those, do they feel okay or they want to be sick more?
Yeah. Okay, now let's try to answer the second one. Do you think it's important to preserve traditional skills and knowledge? Why not? Tell me. You think so? If you don't think so, then you can say that. You can say, no, I don't think so. I think it's those skills are too old and we don't need to use them anymore. Okay, tell me.
I think we don't need to preserve.
Preserve means what, guys?
Do.
No, preserve means you try to keep that for a long time. Okay? Yeah, you try to protect, or you are afraid that something may be lost here, because you try to preserve traditional skills, because some traditional skills, they're too old and maybe people don't like to use them anymore, and maybe they will be lost someday. Okay, or very, very soon. So do you think that it's important to preserve those skills? That means you try to keep that, okay, to maintain that for a little bit longer, or we can use that in the future, something like that. Bảo tồn các bạn, duy trì, bảo tồn này kia. Okay, now tell me, someone please tell me. Okay.
I think it's not important to
Preserve.
traditional skills and knowledge because they are too old to use also in the past.
Yeah.
So if in the future some people may not like
Yeah.
their skills.
Yeah. Okay, yes, you can say that. Okay. Or you can say yes, it's very important. Why? Because we want to keep some we want to keep our cultures, right? Some traditional skills maybe they're not very helpful anymore in the modern world, but in some kind of events or festivals, we really want to see that, right?
No.
No? Why not? Cái này. Alright guys, try to discuss, try to talk, try to say something, whatever. Go. Các bạn tập nói đi, nhanh lên, nói đi, nhanh lên, nói lại đi, có nên bảo tồn các kỹ năng truyền thống hay không?
No.
Của gia đình. What? Của gia đình. Của gia đình. Của gia đình. Dạ, của gia đình. Yeah. Hay là cái gì đó, in general. Not only on family, but in general. I think traditional skills are only good for kind of festivals or events, you know? Yes. You really come to a place and you see someone doing something, so you're doing weaving or something. It's interesting to watch. It's interesting to watch.
What means leaving?
You need to watch YouTube because now it doesn't really, it doesn't matter how much they try to explain weaving to you, you still can't understand. You need to watch it on YouTube.
Just say for me first.
Here you have a kind of something like this, and you have fabric, and you try to move it, and then you attach each one of them together, and then you have a big piece of fabric of clothing, and then you can make clothes based on that.
You mean we have, for example, we have a roll of fabric?
Yeah, kind of.
In the can.
No. You didn't do anything much. Okay guys, now let's move on to vocabulary. Working out the meanings of words. Bảo read that exercise 1.
When you answer a question on IELTS reading passage, you often have to guess the meanings of words you don't know from the context. By this word and phrase in the passage, then work with a partner and say what you think each of them means.
Okay. So here you have to, when you answer questions on IELTS reading passages, you often have to guess the meanings of words and you don't know from the context. Find these words and phrases in the passage, then work with a partner and say what you think each of them means. Number 1, seafarers. 2, confident. 3, charge. 4, pools. 5, laid out. And 6, represent. Okay? Underline all of these words in the passage and make sure you understand them all. Do it, guys. You can discuss with your friends. Look for all of these 6 words and underline them all. What?
Where is confidence?
Confident?
I can't find it.
Guys, help him to find confident. Where is that?
On the right, in the line number 4.
Which paragraph?
Paragraph 1, line number 4 from the end.
From the bottom?
From the end of paragraph 1, line number 4.
Oh, okay, yes. Paragraph 1, line number 4 from the bottom. So he was confident. Yes, you can underline that word. Yeah, confident. Confident, what does that mean? Be brave? No, you can't. He was confident. He could find his way. Confident means you believe in yourself that you can do something.
So I said brave is correct.
Okay. Next, seafarers. You know, right?
Where
Line number 5. Seafarers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have seafarers, we have confident. Seafarers mean people who travel in the sea. Yes, that's right. What else? Charles. Yeah, where is that?
I don't know.
Where? Guys, tell me. Fast.
The last line
Which? Paragraph 1. Oh, the last word.
Yes.
Charles, right?
Chart means like a chart where you explain about something.
Yeah, like a map. Like a map, yes. So the voyage took him and his crew a month to complete, and he did it without a compass or charts. What? Those guys are having.
Maybe.
Alright guys, break time.
Yay!
Okay, break time. Alright guys, let's continue.
We just say to Charles.
Hmm?
We just ask to Charles.
Yeah, okay. Charles, you know, right? Pools, where is that? Where is it?
In paragraph 2, line number 3 on the top.
Verb 2, line number 3.
The first one.
Pools, yeah, he showed him pools of water. Okay. His grandfather began the task of teaching him how to navigate when he was still a baby. He showed him pools of water on the beach to teach him how the behavior of the waves and wind change in different places. You know pools, you know the swimming pool? Yeah, so pools of water is the same. Kind of similar, yeah? We have pools of water, but where? On the beach. It's not a swimming pool, but it's also a pool of water. No different, okay? Now, next one, laid out. Where is that? Last time I taught you this already.
Line number 1 on the top.
Yeah, where is that?
Paragraph 3, line number 1 at the top.
No, that is paragraph 2. Paragraph 2, the last sentence, right? Line number 2 from the bottom. Each stone was laid out in the sand to represent a star. So you can underline that. Underline all the words there, guys. Laid out.
Oh, paragraph 2.
Yeah?
People put.
Yeah, like put. Yeah, each stone was laid out in the sand. I mean, was put in the sand. Or they lie there in the sand. Yeah? To represent a star. The last word, represent. Okay?
Represent, that means show the way.
Yeah, represent, that means like, so that means they put each stone there on the sand, and they say, okay, this stone is this star and that stone is another one. So they use the stones, and they use the stone to represent stars. Okay, some different stars. Got it? Yeah? Okay. Okay, now let's continue. Exercise 2. Okay, read that.
Now choose the best option, A or B, for each word and phrase in exercise 1.
Yeah. Now choose the best option A or B for each word and phrase in exercise 1. For example, number 1, we have A, people who live on islands, and B, people who travel by sea. So for number 1, what is that?
Hey.
What? Number one, seafarers.
B.
Choose carefully, guys, and tell me. One, B, right? People who travel by sea, so that is seafarers. So you can choose that. Yeah, you can circle that, or yeah, you can write B next to number one. I think it's easier. Yeah, 1B, seafarers. Seafarers mean people who travel by sea. Okay. Now number two, confidence. A or B. Each one of you need to read that. Duy Tân, read 2A and B. Read them.
Very certain about your ability to think well.
Mm-hmm.
Be worried about your ability to do something.
Yes. A, certain about your ability to do things well. And B, worry about your ability to do something. So confident, is that A or B? A, right? So 2A, you can write A next to number 2. Okay? So you can check that faster. Alright, now number 3, Jaws. Stop, read that. A, diagrams. B. Yeah, so A or B? No, they B, maps of the sea or the sky. So okay, so 3B. Yeah, but it's not like the real diagrams. No, it's just. But based on this context, they are trying to use the charts, and the charts here we are talking about the sea and the sky, right? Yeah. Here, he did it without compass or charts, so that means they don't have. He did that without using a map. Okay, he doesn't have the map of the sea. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now number 4. Phúc.
Pools. A, small areas of water. B, best for babies.
Yeah. For A, small areas of water, and B, best for babies. So which one?
A, small areas of water.
Yeah, for A. Okay. A. The answer is A. You can write A next to number 4. A, small areas of water. Okay. Now number 5, laid out. Bảo.
5, laid out. A, arranged in the order. B, found.
Yeah. Arranged in a pattern or found. Which one?
A, arranged in the pattern.
Yeah, 5A, right? Laid out A. I mean arranged in a pattern. Yeah. So here, because they say that the stones, right? They're talking about the stone here, right? Yeah, each stone was laid out. I mean, they don't put them there randomly. They put them in the right order, okay? To represent some stars. So laid out, that means arranged in a pattern. Now 6, okay.
Represents D. D aside.
No, you have to read all of them first.
A look like.
Mm-hmm.
D aside or symbol for something.
Yes. So 6A, look like, and B, be a sign or symbol for something. So which one is that?
B.
B. Be a sign or symbol for something. Okay. 6B. You don't know symbol? Like you know the flag. Okay, the flag, that is kind of the symbol of a country. Okay. Yes. So represent, that means be a sign or symbol for something. So here, for example, here this one is not a real star, but I use that and I say, oh, this one represents a star. Okay, so it's like a symbol or a sign for a star. Got it? Yeah. Okay, guys. Now please take your time to read all of them. Like number 1, seafarers, that means B, people who travel by sea. I need you to read all of the explanations here, all of the words there, and you need to ask and check all of them with your friends For example, like your friends can ask, seafarers, what does that mean? You can say, oh, seafarers means people who travel by sea. Got it? Or confidence, what does that mean? Confidence means certain about your ability to do things well. Okay? Now, do it fast. 5 minutes. Okay? Go on. 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Really fast. Go on. What? Sure. Certain about your ability. That means be sure about your ability. Okay? You are very sure about your ability to do things well. Go on. Fast, really fast. Học nhanh các bạn, sách IELTS nhiều lắm nha các bạn, cứ lâu lắm nha. Ok? Đua lên nhanh thôi. today. Yeah, goodbye, see you. Yeah. Yeah, goodbye, see you.